disease, birth and death, and the fear of poverty. We gain a higher consciousness that makes us understand God better and takes us towards introspection as well as meditation.
Right. Very good. And you can share more.
Oh, well, yes. Oh, there are, this one goes on actually. It says the benefits run into thousands, just like the Lord's name.
Right.
So it says that the Vishnu Sahasranama, it means the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, is one of the most powerful prayer in praise of Lord Vishnu. Each name is a unique quality of the Supreme Lord and bestows many benefits, including health, victory, freedom, happiness, knowledge, and all around growth. It takes away obstacles, kills diseases, suffering, pains of any kinds. It can also bring an end to the cycle of life and death. Each recitation and meditation brings about positive change in one's consciousness and gives peace of mind. A joy starts from the flow. A joy starts to flow from inside. It kills ignorance. Mind no longer clings to useless and futile objects and takes one nearer to divinity and one's true nature, which is dharma. Self-realization brings an awareness that body and mind itself are temporary and transcendental in nature, and that the self is never born or never dies.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's always very important to understand why we are doing something. I think a lot of times, especially in maybe the previous generation, we just, the parents wouldn't know why, and they would say to the children, just do it. But then children sort of start questioning, and if they don't find the right answer, they stop doing it. So when you explain why, what are the benefits and why we're doing it, it just reinforces it. So it's really nice to hear what you just said. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Om Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Vyasam Vasishtanaptaram Shaktir Portamakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vashisthaya Namo Namaha Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्म संसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे ॐ नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे श्रीवैश्वम्पायन उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि सशर्वशः युधिष्ठिरश्शान्तनवं पुनरेवाभ्यभाषत युधिष्ठिर उवाच किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणं स्तुवन्तः कं कमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुर्माणवा शुभं को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात् श्रीभीष्मर उवाच जगत्प्रभुं देवदेवम् अनन्तं पुरुषोत्तमं स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण पुरुषः सततोत्थितः तमेव चार्चयन् नित्यं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययम् ध्यायन् स्तुवन्नमस्यंश यजमानस्तमेव च अनादिनिधनं विष्णुं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं लोकाध्यक्षं स्तुवन्नित्यं सर्वदुःखादिको भवेत् ब्रह्मण्यं सर्वधर्मज्ञं लोकानां कीर्तिवर्धनं लोकनाथं महद्भूतं सर्वभूतभवोद्भवम् एष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं स्तवेरच्चेन्नरः सदा परमं यो महत्तेज परमं यो महत्तपः परमं यो महद्ब्रह्म परमं यः परायणम् पवित्राणां पवित्रं यो मङ्गलानां च मङ्गलं दैवतं दैवतानां च भूतानां यो ययः पिता यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवन्त्यादियुगागमे यस्मिंश्च प्रलयं यान्ति पुनरेव युगक्षये तस्य लोकप्रधानस्य जगन्नाथस्य भूपते विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रं ने शृणु पापभयापहं यानि नामानि गौम्नानि विख्यातानि महात्मनः ऋषिभिः परिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतये विशिर्नाम्नां सहस्रस्य वेदव्यासो महामुनिः छन्दोनुस्तुप्तथा देवो भगवान् देवकीसुतः अमृतांशोद्भवो बीजं शक्तिर्देवकी नन्दनः त्रिसामाहृदयं तस्य शान्तिर्थे विनियोच्यते विष्णुं जिष्णुं महाविष्णुं प्रभविष्णुं महेश्वरम् अनेकरूपदैत्यान्तं नमामि पुरुषोत्तमम् अस्य श्रीविष्णोर्दिव्यसहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुस्तुप् छन्दः श्रीमहाविष्णुः परमात्मा श्रीमन्नारायणो देवता अमृतांशोद्भवो भानुरिति बीजं देवकी नन्दन षष्ठेति शक्तिः उत्पवः क्षोभनो देव इति परमो मन्त्रः शङ्खबृन्नन्दकी चक्रीति कीलकं श्राङ्गधन्वागतातरयत्रस्तं रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभयति नेत्रं त्रिसामा सामगः सामेति कवचम् आनन्दं परब्रह्मेति योनिः ऋतुसुदर्शनकालेति दिक्पन्तः श्रीविश्वरूप इति ध्यानं श्रीमहाविष्णुप्रीत्यर्थे सहस्रनाम जपे विनियोगः ध्यानं क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमनिविलसत्सैकते मुक्तिकानां मालाक्लिप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मुक्तिकैमण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरप्रेरतभ्रैरुपरि विरचितै मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्देन पुनीयाधरिनलिलकथा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः बहुपादौ यस्य नाभिर्वियतसुरनिलश्चन्द्रसूर्योच्चनेत्रे कर्णावासासिरोध्यो मुखमपि दह्नो यस्य वास्तेयमब्धिः अन्तस्थं यस्य विश्वं सुरनरखगो भोगि गन्धर्वदैत्यैः चित्रं रम्यते तं त्रिभुवनवपुषं विष्णुमीशं नमामि ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं मेघश्यामं पीठकौसेयवासं श्रीवत्साङ्गं कौस्तुभोद्भासिताङ्गं पुण्योपेतं पुण्डरीकायताक्षं विष्णुं वन्दे सर्वलोकैकनाथं नमः समस्तभूतानामादिभूताय भूभृते अनेकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे शशङ्खचक्रं शकिरीतकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रं सरसीरुहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलस्थोभिकौस्तुभं नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजं छायायां पारिजातस्य हेमसिंहासनोपरि आसीनमभुतस्याममायताक्षमलङ्कृतं चन्द्राननं चतुर्बाहुं श्रीवत्साङ्कितवक्षसं रुक्मिणी सत्यभामाज्ञां सहितं कृष्णमाश्रये ॐ विश्वं विष्णुर्वषत्कारो भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः भूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययपुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञो शरयेव च योगो योगविदां नेता प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः नारसिंहवपु श्रीमान् केशवः पुरुषोत्तमः सर्वशर्वशिवस्थाणुर्भूतादिर्नितिरव्ययः सम्भवो भावनो भर्ता प्रभवप्रपुरीश्वरः स्वयंभू शम्भुरादित्य पुष्कराक्षो महास्वनः अनाधिनिधनो धाता विधातातुरोत्तमः अप्रमेयो ऋषिकेश पद्मनाभो मरप्रभुः विश्वकर्मा मनुस्त्वष्टा स्थविष्ठस्थविरो ध्रुवः अग्राय शाश्वत कृष्णो लोहिताक्षप्रदर्तनः प्रभूतस्तिककुत्थाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् ईशानप्राणदप्राणो ज्येष्ठश्रेष्ठप्रजापतिः हिरण्यगर्भो भूगर्भो माधवो मधुसूदनः ईश्वरो विक्रमी धन्वी मेधावी विक्रमक्रमः अनुत्तमो दुरादर्श कृतज्ञकृतिरात्मवान् सुरेश शरणं शर्म विश्वरेता प्रजापवः अह संवत्तको वः अह संवत्तरो अहः संवत्सरो व्यालप्रत्ययः सर्वदर्शनः अजः सर्वेश्वरः सिद्धः सिद्धिः सर्वादिरच्युतः वृषाकपिरमे आत्मा सर्वयोगविनिश्रुतः वसुर्वसुमनः सत्यः समात्मा समितः समः अमोघ पुण्डरीकाक्षो वृषकर्मा वृषाकृतिः रुद्रो बहुशिरा बभ्रुर्विश्वयोनिषु चिश्रवाः अमृतः शाश्वतस्थाणुर्वरारोहो महातपाः सर्वगः सर्वविद्भानुर्विश्वक्षेणो जनार्दनः वेदो वेदविदव्यङ्गो वेदाङ्गो वेदवित्कविः लोकाध्यक्षसुराध्यक्षो धर्माध्यक्षकृताकृतः चतुरात्मा चतुर्व्यूहश्चतुर्धंशश्चतुर्भुजः भ्राजिष्णुर्भोजनं भोक्ता सहिष्णुर्जगताजितः अनघो विजयोजेता विश्वयोनिर्पुनर्वसुः उपेन्द्रो वामनप्रांशुरमोघ सुचिरूर्जितः अतीन्द्रः सङ्ग्रहः सर्गो धृतात्मा नियमो यमः वैद्यो वैद्यः सदा योगी वीरः माधवो मतुः अतीन्द्रियो महामायो महोत्साहो महाबलः महाबुद्धिर्महावीर्यो महाशक्तिर्महाद्युतिः अनिर्देशवपु श्रीमान् अमे आत्मा महाधृतिः महेश्वासो महीभट्टा श्रीनिवासस्सताङ्गतिः अनिरुद्धस्सुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविदम्पतिः मरीचिर्दमनोहंस सुपर्णो भुजगोत्तमः हिरण्यनाभस्सुतपा पद्मनाभप्रजापतिः अमृत्युः सर्वदिक्सिंहः सन्दाता सन्धिमान् स्थिरः अजो दुर्मशनस्तास्ता विशुरात्मा सुरारिः गुरुर्गुरुतमो धाम सत्यः सत्यपराक्रमः निमिषो निमिषस्रग्वी वाचस्पतिरुरारधीः अग्रनीग्रामनी श्रीमान् न्यायो नेता समीरणः सहस्रमूर्धा विश्वात्मा सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् आवर्तनो निवृत्तात्मा संवृतः संभ्रमर्थनः अहः संवर्तको वह्निललिलोधरनीधरः सुप्रसादप्रसन्नात्मा विश्वभुक् विभुः सत्कर्ता सत्कुतः साधुर्जह्नुर्नारायणो नरः असङ्ख्येयो प्रमेयात्मा विशिष्टशिष्टकृच्युचिः सिद्धार्थसिद्धसङ्कल्पसिद्धिदः सिद्धिसाधनः वृषा हि वृषभो विष्णुर्वृषपर्वा वृषोधरः वर्धनो वर्धमानश्च विविक्तश्रुतिसागरः सुभुजो दुर्धरो वाग्मी महीन्द्रो वसुतो वसुः नैकरूपो बृहद्रूपः शिपिविष्टप्रकाशनः ओजस्तेजोद्युतिरः प्रकाशात्मा प्रतापनः बुद्धस्पष्टाक्षरो मन्त्रश्चन्द्रांशुर्भास्करद्युतिः अमृतांशोद्भवो भानुशशबिन्दुः औषधं जगजस्सेतु सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः भूतभव्यभवन्नाथ पवनः पावनो नलः कामः कामकृत्कान्तः कामः कामप्रदप्रभुः युगादिकृत्युदावर्तो नैकमायो महाशनः अदृश्यो व्यक्तरूपश्च सहस्रजितनन्तजित् इष्टो विशिष्टशिष्टेष्टशिखण्डी नरुषो वृषः क्रोधः क्रोधकृत्कर्ता विश्वबाहुर्महीधरः अच्युतप्रतितप्राणप्राणदप्रणवप्रतुः हिरण्यगर्भ अच्युतप्रतितप्राणप्राणदो वासवानुजः अपां निधिरधिष्ठानमप्रमत्तप्रतिष्ठितः स्कन्दस्कन्दधरो तुर्यो वरदो वायुवाहनः वासुदेवो बृहद्भानुरादिदेवः पुरन्दरः अशोकस्थारनस्तार शूरः शौर्यजनेश्वरः अनुकूलशतावर्त पद्मी पद्मनिपेक्षणः पद्मनाभोरविन्दाक्ष पद्मगर्भः शरीरभृत् महद्धिरृतो वृत्तात्मा महाक्षोकरिडध्वजः अतुलशरभो भीमः समयज्ञो हविर्हरिः सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः विक्षरो रोहितो मार्गो हेतुर्दामोदरः सहः महीधरो महाभागो वेगवान्विताशनः उद्भवः क्षोभनो देव श्रीकर्पः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहः व्यवसायो व्यवस्थान संस्थानस्थानतो ध्रुवः परति परमस्पष्टः सुष्टः पुष्टः सुपेक्षणः रामो विरामो विरजो मार्गो नेयो नेयोनयः वीरशक्तिमतां श्रेष्ठो धर्मो धर्मविदुत्तमः वैकुण्ठपुरुषप्राणप्राणदप्रणवपृतुः हिरण्यगर्भशत्रुघ्नो व्याप्तो वायुरधोक्षजः ऋतुर्सुदर्शनकालपरमेष्टि परिग्रहः उग्रसंवत्सरो दक्षो विश्रामो विश्वदक्षिणः विस्तारस्थावनस्थाणुप्रमाणं बीजमव्ययम् अर्थोऽनर्थो महाकोशो महाभोगो महाधनः अनिर्विन्नस्तविष्टो भूर्धर्मयूपो महामकः नक्षत्रनेमि नक्षत्री क्षामः क्षामः समीहनः यज्ञयुज्यो महेजष्टु क्रतुः सत्रं सताङ्गतिः सर्वदर्शी निवृत्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम् सुव्रतः सुमुखः सूक्ष्मः सुघोषः सुगतः सुहृद् मनोहरो जितक्रोधो वीरभाभुर्विधारणः स्वापनस्ववशो व्यापी नैकात्मानेककर्मकृत् वत्सरो वत्सरो वत्सी रत्नगर्भोधनेश्वरः धर्मकृद्धर्मी सदसक्षरमक्षरम् अविज्ञाता सहस्रांशुर्विधाता कृतलक्षणः गभस्तिनेमि सत्त्वस्थः सिंहो भूतमहेश्वरः आदिदेवो महादेवो देवेशो देवभृत्कुरुः उत्तरो गोपतिर्गोप्ता ज्ञानगम्यः पुरातनः शरीरभूतभृत्पोक्ता कपीन्द्रो भूरि दक्षिणः सोमपोमृतपः सोमः पुरुषित्पुरुषत्तमः विनयो जय सत्यसन्धो धाशार्हसात्वतां पतिः जीवो विनियता साक्षी मुकुन्दो मितविक्रमः अम्बो निधिररन्तात्मा महोदतिशयोऽन्तकः अजो महार्ह स्वाधाव्यो जितामित्रप्रमोदनः आनन्दो नन्दनो नन्दः सत्यधर्मात्रिविक्रमः महर्षिर्कपिलाचार्य कृतज्ञो मेदिनीपतिः त्रिपदस्थितसाध्यक्ष महाशृङ्गकृतान्तकृत् महावराहो गोविन्द सुषेण कनकाङ्गदे गुह्यो कबीरो गहनो गुप्तश्चक्रकथाधरः वेदास्वाङ्गोजितकृष्णो धृतः सङ्कर्षणोच्युतः वरुणो वारुणो वृक्ष पुष्कराक्षो महामनाः भगवान् वनमाली हलायुतः आदित्यो ज्योतिरादित्य सहिष्णुर्गतिसत्तमः सुदन्वाखण्ड परशुद्धारुणो द्रविणप्रदः दिवस्पृक्सर्वदिग्व्यासो वाचस्फटिरयो निजः त्रिसामासामगस्साम निर्वाणं भेषजं विशग सन्न्यासकृच्छमष्टान्तो निष्ठा शान्तिपरायणम् शुभाङ्गशान्तिदशिष्टा कुमुदकुवलेशयः गोहितो गोपतिर्गोप्ता वृषभाक्षो वृषप्रियः अनिवर्ती निवृत्तात्मा संसेक्षाक्षेमकृच्छिवः श्रीवत्सवक्षा श्रीवास श्रीपति श्रीमताम्बरः श्रीधर श्रीश श्रीनिवास श्रीनिधि श्रीविभावनः श्रीधर श्रीकर श्रेय श्रीमान् लोकत्रयाश्रयः स्वक्षस्वङ्गशतानन्दो नन्दिर्ज्योतिर्गणेश्वरः विजितात्मा विधेयात्मा सत्कीर्तिश्चिन्न संशयः उदीर्न सर्वतिष्ठक्षुरनीश शाश्वतस्थिरः भूषयो भूषणो भूतिर्विशोकशोकनाशनः अशिष्मानशितकुम्भो विशुद्धात्मा विशोधनः अनिरुद्धो प्रतिधर प्रद्युम्नोमितविक्रमः कालनेमिनिः वीरशौरिशूरजनेश्वरः त्रिलोकात्मा त्रिलोकेश केशव केशिः हरिः कामदेव कामपालः कामी कान्तकृतागमः अनिर्देश्यवपुर्विष्णुर्वीरो नन्तो धनञ्जयः ब्रह्मण्यो ब्रह्मकृत् ब्रह्मा ब्रह्म ब्रह्मविवर्धनः ब्रह्मवित् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मी ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्राह्मणप्रियः महाक्रमो महाकर्मा महातेजः महोरगः महाक्रतुर्महायज्वा महायज्ञो महाहविः स्तव्यस्तवप्रियस्तोत्रं स्तुतिस्तोत्रारणप्रियः पूर्णपूर्णयिता पुण्यपुण्यकीर्तिरणामयः मनोजवस्थितगरो वसुरेता वसुप्रदः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुर्वसुमनाहविः सद्गति सद्गुति सत्ता सद्बुद्धि सप्तरायणः शूरसेनो यदुश्रेष्ठ सन्निवास सुयामुनः भूतावासो वासुदेव सर्वासु निलयो नलः दर्पः दर्पदो दृप्तो दुर्धरोधापराजितः विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर्दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्तिरव्यक्त शतमूर्ति शताननः एकोनैकसवक्कं किं यत् पदमनुत्तमं लोकबन्धुर्लोकनाथो माधवो भक्तवत्सलः सुवर्णवर्णो हेमाङ्गो वराङ्गश्चङ्गनाङ्गती वीरः विषमशून्यो कृताशीलजलच्चलः अमानीमानदोमान्यो लोकस्वामी त्रिलोककृत् सुमेधा मेधजोदन्य सत्यमेधाधराधरः तेजो वृषोद्युतिरः सर्वषष्टभुताम्बरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गोकताकरजः चतुर्मूर्तिश्चतुर्बाहुश्चतुर्व्यूहश्चतुर्गतिः चतुरात्मा चतुर्भावश्चतुर्वेदविदेकपात् समावर्तो निवृत्तात्मा दुर्जयो दुरतिक्रमः दुर्लभो दुर्गमो दुर्गो दुरावासो दुरारिः शुभाङ्गुलोकसारङ्गस्तुतन्तुस्तन्तुवर्धनः इन्द्रकर्मा महाकर्मा कृतकर्मा कृतागमः उद्भवः सुन्दरः सुन्दो रत्ननाभस्सुलोचनः अर्को वाजसनशृङ्गी जयन्तः सर्वविजयी सुवर्णबिन्दुरक्षोभ सर्वभागीश्वरेश्वरः महाहृदो महागर्तो महाभूतो महानिधिः कुमुदकुण्डरकुण्डप्रजन्यपावनो निलः अमृतांशोऽमृतवपुः सर्वज्ञः सर्वतोमुखः सुलभः सुव्रतः सिद्धः शत्रुजिच्छत्रुतापनः न्यग्रोधोधुम्बरो स्वास्तच्चाणूरान्धनिषूदनः सहस्राक्षी सप्तजिह्वः सप्तैदा सप्तवाहनः अमूर्तिरनघोचिन्त्यो भयकृद्भयनाशनः अनुबृहत्तु शस्तूलो गुणबुन्नुग्गुणो महान् अधृतस्वधृतस्वास्थ प्राग्वंशो वंशवर्धनः भारभृत्कथितो योगी योगीश सर्वकामदः आश्रमशमनः क्षामः सुपर्णो वायुवाहनः धनुर्धरो धनुर्वेदो दण्डो दमयिता दमः अपराजितः सर्वसहो नियन्ता नियमो यमः सत्त्ववान् सात्विका सत्य सत्य धर्मपरायणः अभिप्राय प्रियाहोरः प्रीतिवर्तनः विहाय सगते ज्योति सुरुचित्तभुविक् विपुः रविर्विरोचन सूर्य सविता रविलोचनः अनन्तहुत भुक्भोक्ता सुखतो नैकतोऽग्रजः अनिर्विण्णः लोकाधिष्ठानमत्पुतः सनातनतमः कपिलः कपिरव्ययः स्वस्तिद स्वस्ति कुत्स्वस्ति स्वस्ति भुक् स्वस्ति दक्षिणः अरोधः कुण्डली चक्री विक्रम यूजित शासनः शब्दाधिक शब्दसः शिशिर शर्वरीकरः अक्रूरप्पेशलो दक्षो दक्षिणः क्षमिणाम्बरः विद्वत्तमो वीतभय पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरः रक्षणः सन्तो जीवनपर्यवस्थितः अनन्तरूपोऽनन्तश्रीजितमन्युर्भयापहः चतुरशोघबीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशः अनादिभूर्भुवो लक्ष्मी सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदः जननो जनजन्मादि भीमो भीमपराक्रमः आधारनिलयो धाता पुष्पहास प्रजाकरः ऊर्ध्वगः सप्तताचार प्राणद प्रणव प्रणः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलय प्राणभृत् प्राणजीवनः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्म मृत्युचरार्थिकः भूर्भुवस्वस्तरुस्तार सविता प्रपितामहः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः यज्ञभृत्यज्ञकृत्यग्नि यज्ञभृत्यज्ञसाधनः यज्ञान्तकृत्यज्ञगुह्यमन्नमन्नादि एव च आत्मयोनि स्वयं जातो वैखानसामगायनः देवकीनन्दन षष्ठा शटीश पापनाशनः शङ्खबृन्नन्दकी चक्री श्राङ्गधन्वागदाधरः रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोपः सर्वप्रहरणायुधः सर्वप्रहरणायुध ॐ नमः इति वनमाली खदीशाङ्की शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽपि रक्षतुर् वनमाली खदीशाङ्की शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽपि रक्षतुर् वनमाली खदीशाङ्की शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽपि रक्षतु श्रीवासुदेवोऽपि रक्षतु ॐ नमः इतीदं कीर्तनीयस्य केशवस्य महात्मनः नाम्नां सहस्रं दिव्यानाम् अशिक्षेण प्रकीर्तितं यैदं शृणुयान् नित्यं यच्छापि परिकीर्तयेत् नाशुभं प्राप्नुयात् किञ्चित् सोमुत्रेह च मानवः वेदान्तको ब्राह्मणस्य क्षत्रियो विजयी भवेत् वैश्यो धनसमुद्रस्य क्षुद्रा सुखमवाप्नुयात् धर्मार्थी प्राप्नुयात् धर्ममर्थार्थी चार्थमाप्नुयात् कामानवाप्नुयात् कामी प्रजार्थी चाप्नुयात् प्रजां भक्तिमान्य सतोत्ताय स्तुतिस्तत्कथमानसः सहस्रं वासुदेवस्य नाम्नामेकत् प्रकीर्तयेत् यश प्राप्नोति विपुलं याति प्राधान्यमेव च अचलां श्रियमाप्नोति श्रेयप्राप्नोतनुत्तमं न भयं क्वचिदाप्नोति वीर्यं तेजश्च विन्दति भवत्यरोगो द्युतिमान् फलरूपगुणामितः रोगार्तो मुच्यते रोगात् बद्धो मुच्येत बन्धनात् भयान्मुच्येत भीतस्तु मुच्येत आपन्न आपदः दुर्गाण्यतितरत्याशु पुरुषोत्तमं स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण नित्यं भक्तिसमन्वितः वासुदेवाश्रयो मर्त्यो वासुदेवपरायणः सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा याति ब्रह्मसनातनं न वासुदेवभक्तानाम् अशुभं विद्यते क्वचित् जन्ममृत्युचराव्याधिभयं नैवोपजायते इमं स्तवमधीया न श्रद्धा भक्तिसमन्वितः युज्येतात्मसुखं शान्तिः श्रीधति स्मृतिकीर्तिभिः न क्रोधो न मात्सर्यं न लोभो न शुभा मतिः भवन्ति कृतपुण्यानां भक्तानां पुरुषोत्तमे द्यौसजन्धार्कनक्षत्राखं दिशोभूर्महोदतिः वासुदेवस्य वीर्येण वृदितानि महात्मनः ससुरासुरगन्धर्वं सैक्षोरगराक्षसं जगद्वशे वर्तते तं कृष्णः सचरराचरम् इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिर्सत्त्वं तेजोबलं द्युतिः वासुदेवात्मकान्याहुः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञेव च सर्वागमानामाचारप्रथमं परिकल्पते आचारप्रभवो धर्मो धर्मस्य प्रपुरच्युतः ऋषयः पितरो देवा महाभूतानि धातवः जंगमा जंगमं जेदं जगन्नारायणोद्भवम् योगो ज्ञानं तथा सांख्यं विद्या शिल्पादिकर्म च वेदाश्राष्टानि विज्ञान एतत् सर्वं जनार्दनात् एको विष्णुर्महद्भूतं पृथक् भूतान्यनेकवशः त्रिलोकान् व्यापभुक्तात्मा भुक्ते विश्वभुवव्ययः इमं स्तवं भगवतोर्विष्णोर्व्यासेन कीर्तितं पतेत्येच्छेत् पुरुषः श्रेयः प्राप्तुं सुखानि च विश्वेश्वरमजं देवं जगतप्रभुमव्ययम् भजन्ति ये पुष्कराक्षं न ते यान्ति पराभवम् न ते यान्ति पराभव ॐ नमः इति अर्जुन उवाच पद्मपत्रविशालाक्ष पद्मनाभसुरोत्तमा भक्तानामनुरक्तानां त्रात्रा भवजनार्दन श्रीभगवानुवाच यो मां नाम सहस्रेण स्तोतुमिच्छति पाण्डव सोऽहमेकेन श्लोकेन स्तुत एव न संशयः स्तुत एव न संशयो ॐ नमः इति श्रीव्यास उवाच वासनात् वासुदेवस्य वासितं भुवनत्रयं सर्वभूतनिवासोऽसि वासुदेव नमोऽस्तु ते श्रीवासुदेव नमोऽस्तु ॐ नमः इति पार्वत्युवाच केनोपायेन लघुना विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रकं पत्यते पण्डितै नित्यं श्रोतुमिच्छाम्यहं प्रभो श्री ईश्वर उवाच श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ॐ नमः इति ब्रह्मोवाच नमोऽस्तुवन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमो ॐ नमः इति श्रीसञ्जय उवाच यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीविजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम श्रीभगवानुवाच अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय चतुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे आर्था स्थितिलाश्च भीता घोरेषु चप्याशिषु वर्तमानाः संकीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमार्तं विमुक्तदुःखा सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Amazing. Anything you'd like to share, Radhika?
I just love reading the Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra I try to read it once every day,
Mm.
and I think it really fixes my mind. It
Mm.
fixes some things around and I can feel it, because it is hard to read the Bhagavatam in
Mm.
one day. It is hard to read even the Narayanyam in one day.
Mm.
But imagine if you can take, or if you can attempt, this is only an attempt,
Mm.
to not describe the Lord's opulence, but just to take his names, 1,000 of them, in
Mm.
one day.
Mm.
How auspicious is that?
Yeah.
How um, how wonderful is that? So I personally really love the Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram. And some time ago, there was this debate that was doing the rounds on the internet, which I read just before the lockdown, where there is this very elderly and a very highly respected acharya by name Sri Shankaracharya. And Srila Prabhupada refers to him several times in the Bhagavad Gita in his purports, where he says, even the great Sri Shankaracharya admits that Lord Krishna
Mm.
is the cause of all causes.
Mm.
So there was this debate some time ago on the internet that women should not read the Vishnu Sahasranama
Mm.
and only men should be reading it. And many refer to Sri Shankaracharya as having said this, that women should not be reading it.
Mm. Mm.
And Shankaracharya is um, considered as good as God sometimes in many parts of the country, because
Yeah.
what he says should be followed. But then some well-meaning people release some tapes which fortunately were recorded, where Shankaracharya has clarified that the reason he said that women should not read it is because women did not in those days have the time to learn the stotras, Vedas, and shlokas. It was always only the boys, the men, who were reading the Vedas, and not so much the women, simply because they didn't have the time to do it.
Mm.
One has to keep food ready when the men are back home. When the man is trying to leave the house, the food must be ready, the house must be clean, and so many other things. So there was no time.
Mm.
And so Lord Sri Shankaracharya said women usually don't read it. But then there were these two young women, young girls, who approached him and said, we would love to chant this because we love the stotra. Are we allowed to do it? And he said, of course. You
Mm.
should, you must, and I will help you learn this. So for anybody who tells you that women are not supposed to read it and so on, I don't think there can be anything auspicious about taking the Lord's name. And you could
That's
uh,
right.
inauspicious anything inauspicious about taking the Lord's name. So anytime, anywhere, any situation, any circumstance that anybody may be, I think calling the Lord is only auspicious.
Very well said. Any arguments? Absolutely agree. There was one occasion when one of our acharyas is Jiva Goswami. He's around about the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago. Highly scholarly, really. He wrote so many books and so much realization He was very renounced. So one time, Mirabai came to see him. It was around about the same time. She came. She had heard about his reputation. So she came and she requested, can I please have darshan of Jiva Goswami? So the person, his disciple, went to Jiva Goswami, said, there's a lady here, come to see you. And he said, well, I actually don't meet ladies. I am Purush, and I try not to really meet ladies, you know. So then this disciple went back to Jiva Goswami and to Mirabai and said this. And Mirabai asked a question, interesting, because I thought there was only one Purush, and his name is Krishna. So the disciple, when he went back to Jiva and said this, Jiva Goswami immediately said, yes, you're right. And he accepted, and he met with Mirabai. So very interesting.
That's a wonderful story.
Very interesting. But yeah, sometimes, you know, often we find, you know, Mataji's ladies are discriminated against in the name of religious practice. But whoever's discriminating surely can not understand that we're not this body in the first place. We are spirit soul. This life I may have a male body, but who knows? Last life I had a female body. Who knows? Next life I may have a female body. And what are you going to do when you get discriminated against then? Are you going to say, hey, yeah, there's only one Purush, that's Krishna? Oh, well, you start practicing it right now. Because actually, we're not this body. So if you're saying you're female and you can't do this, yes, there's certain things male can't do. They can't have children, fair enough. But if you don't stop them in the name of religion that you can't do this seva, or you can't do that seva. No, you got equal right. Everybody's got a right to serve. And Krishna is so benevolent. He even allows the animals to serve. The monkeys served Ram. He didn't ask any human to help him. He asked the monkeys. So it just sort of bewilders me when somebody's in India especially, the females are not allowed to serve on the altar. And you always think, why? It's cultural. It's cultural. But sometimes you've got to make some changes. And I think it's time to make that change. Let the ladies do. Why discriminate against them? If Prabhupada had discriminated against the ladies, the Hare Krishna movement probably would not have got to the start that it did have. He sent three couples to the UK in 67 or 68. 68. And one of them was Yamuna. And Yamuna was really, really advanced. She could preach, she could convince people, she was well loved by the whole community, you know. If it wasn't for her, Krishna consciousness in London would have taken a long time to establish. But because of her, and the others had a part, but she was the main part. She was the main part. So if Prabhupada had discriminated, said, no, females can't do this, where would we be? Prabhupada, he was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, can I add to that?
Yeah.
Yamuna Devi Dasi was not only a good soul to preach, but she was a very good cook. And making so much prasadam, I think that has cleansed so many people's hearts. Hare Krishna.
Very true. She wrote that Hare Krishna cookbook, which is regarded to be the encyclopedia of vegetarian cooking. It won so many awards.
And what's it called?
Is it the art? No. Krishna Conscious Cuisine. We had it. We gave it to somebody who was interested.
I'll go to the book. Hang on, I'll go and check it. Hang on.
Really thick book. It's got about 1,000 recipes. And she was a magnificent cook. trained by Prabhupada himself. You want to say anything?
Oh,
Hare
and
Krishna.
yes, go on, Angela Kamataji.
Yes. So I know we have some problem with this that women should not be. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah, the art of Indian vegetarian cooking. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Yamuna Devi. Yes.
Can you
Thank
see?
you. Thank you.
It's a really thick book. Show it. Show it. Yeah. Look at that.
And her photo, I think there is a photo of her. I can find it. Let's see. And in her young days.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Thank you for
Very
sharing.
beautiful.
Mataji.
Okay. Yes, I had this book 75 after I got married. Thank you. Haribo.
Haribol.
Like Amaji, you were saying?
Yes. Yeah. So I was thinking, why, I don't know, again, I may be speculating again, but I think when in olden days, only the male could go to Gurukul, so they got their knowledge. That's why they were reading, and female, they had to stay at home and help with the house chores, right? So they didn't get the opportunity to learn. So people took it that, oh, they are not supposed to learn, or to recite the verses, or to do puja or something like that.
Yeah, it became cultural.
Okay.
That's right.
Then it became cultural, right? So like this, there are lots of things. Similarly, when in India, mostly, when somebody dies in the family, they will read the, what is the book name?
Garud Puran.
Garud Puran. So when you read the Garud Puran, what is in there? There is, if you do this, if you commit this sin, you get this disease. If you commit this sin, you go to this hell. So if the person is not here, how the person can benefit from it? I think the person should read it when he is alive, so he knows what he should do, what he should not do. So what is happening when he's not there? The soul may get some benefit because the family is reading. But if the person actually reads it himself and he abstain from doing nonsense in his life, so that will be more beneficial. So why do you read when he is not there? I don't know why people say you should not be reading this Garud Puran when there is a death, so that you wait for somebody to die in your family, then you read it. So I don't know, maybe similarly, all these prayers, people are thinking that women should not be doing, but yes, I'm not sure why. Even there are some gurus that they don't allow the female disciple to give classes, to do service on the altar in the ISKCON community.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking on like equality or gender equality or what. I'm not talking about that. But if the guru does not accept that his female disciples go to do some service on the altar, why in the first place he gives them initiation? He should not be giving them initiation.
Anyway, this is not the forum, but this is Yamuna.
Yeah, but then it comes like, again, we are reading this book, right? This Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam. So I think we are allowed to read it, to recite it every day.
Yeah, and we have.
Yes.
This is Yamuna here, Radhika, and she passed away about 10 years, maybe less than that. But this book she wrote, is that the book she wrote? No, there's a biography she's written about her time with Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness.
Is she the one who sings the Govinda Madi Purusham?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
she wrote this biography, which is very powerful. If you ever get a chance to get that, I think we have it somewhere.
Yeah.
Biography of Prabhupada, is it?
Of herself.
Oh, it's an autobiography.
But with Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness. I've read many biographies, many biographies, but this one was, I would say, probably the best one I've ever read. Very, very inspiring, very Krishna conscious, and really, truly, it touched my heart. Oh yeah, good. We've got it here actually. We'll show you.
Two volumes.
2 volumes. Really
Oh, wonderful.
tremendous book. Let me just take off the oops. Take off the virtual background. You can never see anything. This is the book. Classic.
Oh, wonderful. I'd
Classic.
love to borrow it from you someday.
You can. You certainly can. There's two volumes, but really well written about her. So well written, but also the experiences were unique. Yeah, really
Amazing
unique.
with
Amazing.
Prabhupada.
With Prabhupada, yeah.
Was she British?
American, yeah. American.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was American. I had pleasure of meeting her at Worcester Chaitanya College
Oh, wow.
when Bhagwan Das was giving
Right.
initiations and all that. So going back about 37 years.
And she's only 21,
Okay.
Radhika.
I'm revealing my age now.
Wonderful. Lucky you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So, very good. Anybody, anything else? Radhika, anything else you'd like to share? You started a controversy today.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I was just encouraging people to.
We're all in agreement, at least on this forum, that it's ridiculous to, if you're in a path of Krishna consciousness and you're discriminating on a gender, there's something wrong, you know.
You missed the point.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like thinking he's black, so he's dim, or he's white, so he's more clever, or I'm brown, so I'm more religious. It's just bodily platform. No. And Krishna is very clear about this. If anybody's on the bodily platform, they're in total ignorance. Total ignorance.
Prabhuji, I remember coming across, yes, his senior devotee's wife, so it's so right for her to do things. And you feel, really? So that sort of thing in the past,
Yeah.
sometimes make you feel, how have I still sustained the Krishna consciousness?
Mm. I mean, duties of men and women are different, yes, because, you know, women, they carry the next generation. They've got such an important role. The men can't do that. And they're the first guru of the child. So in fact, the responsibilities are far greater the woman has. So in some ways, actually, the woman is more important than the man. But at least let's take them as equals. Okay, if there's no more comments or questions, we can perhaps end on that note. And we shall reconvene again in 2 weeks, Radhika. You know, this is now probably one of our most well-attended programs. So thank you so much, Radhika. Really, really good.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to the listeners because the more the benefits that are transferred to the ones who listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the chanting of the Mahamantra, isn't it? It's if 16 people are doing it at the same time, it's like you have chanted 16 rounds, you know. So I'm sure Vishnu Sahasranam must be similar. If you chant with a number of people, the benefit you get just multiplies.
Oh yeah, this happens very often in the South where at temples, women come together to chant, women and men, they come together to chant the Vishnu Sahasranama. And they do it together, and it is so nice when everyone sings, chants together in the same tune. It's lovely.
Nice one. Thank you so much. And thank you for your support. Let's just close the thing.